Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday to you. Looks like it's going to be a good one. Hope it's going to be a good one for you. Throwback Thursday. I do have I do have a little picture for you. We'll show here in a little bit. But first, let's see who we got over here in the chat. It's already looks like it's getting full. Here we got Troy Pritchard says Throwback Thursday. Javi looks like he was the first one over there on YouTube. Troy's over on YouTube. There's Jim Sinicola. How are you, Jim? Morning, Davey says. All right, let's see here. Who else we got? Barry Curtis is in the house. Good morning, Barry. Larry Galt is in the house. Good to see you, Larry. Let's see, we got some weather reports here. We got 19 degrees in Midland, Michigan. That's a little bit colder than it is here. Troy says he's going to move east about 100 miles. Warmer in your neighborhood, Jim. Hitch Hamilton is here this morning. I didn't notice yesterday. I mean, I did, but I didn't say anything. But he's got a different profile picture now. The Lotus is gone. Good morning, everybody. 73 degrees, mostly cloudy, Southwest Florida. Javi says same temp and weather conditions here in Lady Lake, Florida. Stephen Toronto is back with us this morning. He says Alexa says 45 degrees. That's pretty good. I'd take 45. Let's see, LB Sharp's with us, 36 degrees. And there's Janet. She's over there watching on the Facebook. Good to have you with us this morning, Janet. Hope you got some good coffee. Wild Bill Larison, there he is. Good to see you, Bill. Dave has to break out the denim shirt today, 32 degrees in Georgia. Yeah, it was 32 when I got up. A tad nippy for old Dave, I tell you. Plus, I got to do some stuff outside again today. So let's see. We got Matt, Awesome Wood Things Hoss. Can't stay, but he dropped a like. Appreciate that, Matt. I guess he's probably got one of those little meetings at work there. So thanks for stopping by, Matt. Expecting my well pump today. Here's hoping. Yeah, I hope that goes good. Are you back at Lady Lake right now, Javi? Did you drive back up there? 40 degrees in Mustang, Oklahoma. Earl Walker says 16. Holy cow. That's just not right. 16 degrees. That's too cold for me. 48 in Patterson, Louisiana. SRE Custom Guitars, Steve Allison. Good to have you with us, Steve. Welcome to the coffee sessions. Whoop, I missed one here. Fred Starkey, good afternoon from the other side of the pond, bloody cold. Welcome, Fred. Thanks for watching us from the other side of the pond. Bob Lee's here this morning. How you doing, Bob? Good to see you on here. He says, yes, I'm back in Lady Lake. Well, the well truck just drove up. I will see you in a few. Awesome. That's great news. Hope they get that knocked out for you. All righty. Yeah, had a great day yesterday. I told you I was going to be one. I spent most of other than the coffee sessions, spent the rest of the morning and a good part of the afternoon outside burning up my skeletons. And I'm happy to say I got every last one of them burned up. And I'm going to tell you, that fire was hot. Piling those things on there. I think I didn't count them, but I think I had probably around 80 of them. And they're, of course, they're 4 foot by 32 2 inches, so they'll fit in my fire pit, but I usually prop them up, step on them, kind of break them in half before I throw them in there. And man, I went out there last night, several hours after I had stopped burning, and stirred it up, and it was still just glowing red out there. So I just left it, and it's nothing but ash this morning. So glad to get those out of the way. They just seem to pile up so fast, though. Let's see here. Did I miss anybody? LB says, Steve Groundscreen, I went through Mustang yesterday. Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah, pretty cold today. The frost is just now starting to burn off the ground. It was about 32 this morning when I let the dogs out. I didn't realize it was supposed to get quite that cold, so I was a bit surprised when I opened the door, and I think the dogs were too. But yeah, pretty cool. So what's going on today? I asked Alexa, there wasn't a whole lot going on according to her. Oh crap, there she goes. I can't, every time I say that name, I need to figure out how to get it where she can't hear me from in here. Maybe put something over it or something, muffle it a little bit. I don't know. But she hears it as soon as I say it, all the way from in here. Mike Kite Shoes in the house this morning. How are you, Mike? We're supposed to get some heat out of the south today, so thanks for the fire heat, Dave. You're welcome. I'm happy to contribute to global warming with my little fire pit fires. After their show, is there anyone who can help me get my Sidewinder back? Change Xylotex and stepper online. Now X and Y change. 0. There's probably somebody can help you. If are you a member of the Gatton CNC Facebook group, Joe? If not, you should join it, because if you put a question like that in there, you'll have a half dozen people helping you within a few minutes most times. Let's see. Dave, this portrait is me working on the Lotus. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, now that you've told me that, I kind of see that it's you. That was not yesterday though, right? That was like a few years ago, looks like. All righty. LB said it was just a drive-by, Steve, so got to be careful saying it now. Bob Lee says it's 17 degrees up home in Ohio. Yeah, Bob, I understand you were visiting a couple of knuckleheads down there in Florida. I saw some Facebook posts. Looks like y'all had a good little meetup down there. Skeletons, your wood scraps. Yeah, I'm not really. I guess I should clarify that. I'm not really burning skeletons like you might think. What I call a skeleton is when I take when I'm cutting the Gatton CNC kits, it's a 48 by 32 blank, and I cut 21 parts out of it. And when I cut those parts out, the skeleton is that piece that's left. It's just the skin, or I don't know. Everybody's always called them skeletons to me. Same thing in sheet metal. When you laser cut parts or punch parts out and you shake the parts out, what's left is the skeleton. So that's what I mean. Change the name to Gatton, yeah. That'd probably make it run better, wouldn't it? Yeah. Ins Code Designs, morning all. It looks like an old, maybe an old Sidewinder there, maybe. That's what it looks like. I will join up. Thanks, he says. All right. You're welcome, Joe. And welcome to the coffee sessions too. I know you posted a comment and wasn't sure how to get in on the live chat, but you got to be watching live to do that. So here you are. Good. Ryan Ballard, morning people of Earth, he says. Bob says, yes, you are correct. Bob Sims, afternoon all from the UK. Afternoon to you, sir. Coffee time here in Little McDonough, Georgia. Oh, that reminds me. I'm going to ask you guys something, and I don't know how you're going to be able to comment because I'm not hearing you. But I live in a little old town. Well, I say little. It's a pretty good sized town now. But I'm going to put, if I can type without my glasses. Okay, that's it. This right here, that's where I live. And I've always called it McDonough. And how would you pronounce it? Would you pronounce it McDonough or McDonough? There's a little bit of debate. And there's a guy who does, he's a sportscaster, sports announcer named Sean. And he spells his last name just like that. But he always says it's Sean McDonough. And I've heard, and they were talking about this on the local news the other day, something, and it says, is it McDonough or McDonough? And a lot of people were saying, no, it's McDonough. And I'm like, well, how do you get that out of that? Because to me, it's, D-O-N, that's Don. So I would say McDonough. But I guess a lot of the old timers say McDonough, and it almost sounds like it's McDunna or something. So I don't know. Barry Curtis says, let me get back over here to the comments. Let's see. The StreamYard guys are in on the left coast. They're actually in Canada. Whatever that one way over on the coast is. What is that? Victoria's something? That's where those guys are. Paul Stewart says the latter. All right, well, which is the latter? McDonough or McDonough? Barry Curtis says McDonough. A lot of people say that. Sometimes I'll say that, McDonough. Yeah, Donna. That's what I think it should be. Yeah, put A if it's McDonough, and B if it's McDonough. Greetings, Eric Smith. Shouldn't McDonough have a T on the end of it? Well, I don't know. It doesn't. So he's just going to call it McDonald's. Yeah, we do have a lot of those here. We have 3 or 4 of those, I guess, in town. Yeah, I just thought it was weird. And like I said, that sportscaster spells it exactly the same way as the city. But, he'll say, hello, this is Sean McDonough. And I'm like, that's weird how that's pronounced that way. Paul Stewart is going with B. He's saying McDonough. And I don't know where you get McDonough out of that when it's D-O-N. Of course, we have a lot of silly words, in the English language, don't we? But, and I'm not real picky about, how some people are the grammar police and the spelling police and stuff on Facebook. If I see somebody that's totally misused stuff, like the there, and they put the wrong thing, or the your, that one, and there's so many of them, and you see that all the time on Facebook. So I'm not the one that will actually, well, sometimes I won't correct them, but it does seem funny because a lot of people get that mixed up. And some of it may be that autocorrect business. I don't know. In my neck of the woods, we say McDonough, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, Paul's going to stick with the B. All right, Paul, give me your reasoning for why should be pronounced McDonough. I just don't get that. Um, anyhow, he says, can't help you on that, Dave. I live in Maryland. We don't say that correctly. How many different ways is there to say Maryland? I don't know. McDon. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. That's just weird that people call things different. Another one too is that's pretty obvious down here is we have a street um, called. Now I'm going to pronounce it the first way, the way I learned it, called Ponce de Leon. But down here, some folks will call it. Now I'm trying to think how they say it. They say it totally different. It's no, maybe I just said it the way they say it. Anyway, there's about 2 or 3 different pronunciations of that street too. It's a big street in Atlanta. Yeah, a lot of different pronunciations of stuff. But I think about if people that immigrate to this country and have to learn the English language, it's got to be really tough because, like I said, we have so many words that sound exactly the same, and have totally different meanings. And in some cases, they're spelled the same. For example, I'll do another one here. If I put this, if I put that, is that tears or is it tears? I saw where it was some political thing, and he said, "Yeah, so and so tears into such and such," and I'm like, "Yeah, but that's another one of those words that could mean like when you cry, you have tears." So it's weird how that works. Charles Deering is in the house. How you doing, Charles? Good to see you. Should be getting a little something in the mail today, buddy. That's why the English language is so hard to learn. Yeah, it is. It's got to be. And then you throw in all our slang and if somebody learns English and they live this spot and then they move to another spot in the country and it's like, man, they talk totally different. I thought I had it down, and now it's like I don't know what the heck they're saying. So yeah, good. Got another live stream coming up, Charles. Let's see. Paul says, no real reason. That's just how I see it. Never really did good at school. Well, a lot of folks agree with you because, like I said, a lot of folks call it that. Even folks that live here, I've heard them, they'll say, "Oh, you're from McDonough. I'm from there too." And I'm like, "No, I live in McDonough. You may live in McDonough, but I live in McDonough." But anyhow. Let's see. Charles says, and new jargon from each generation. Yeah. They keep adding to the. Oh, you got one in 40 minutes. Okay, cool. I'll check it out. They keep adding to the dictionary because we keep. Oh, a little bird out there. Oh, 2 little birds out there. Yeah, you see him, Jack? Jack scared him off. What was I saying? I don't remember now. Anyhow, we got David Jones from Portal WordWorks is in the house. How you doing, David? I did set my timer today. Holly sent me a message about 2 minutes before and reminded me. So I did set it. Not that I really need it much anymore because I look at that thing up there now. Now that I finally realized you can do that. And we got another good crowd here watching. Not so much on Facebook, but most everybody's on YouTube. Greg Hamilton website seems to be USA. I'm not sure what that means. I'm headed up to Atlanta this morning. Well, good luck, buddy. You know how the wonderful traffic is in Atlanta. Crazy. But yeah, I'll show my my little throwback picture before I let's see here. Paul says, I heard they are thinking of adding emojis to the dictionary. Perhaps towns will no longer get names, just an emoji. There's Barbara. Good morning, Barbara. Did you sneak in here? Let's see. That would be 8:22, I guess, where you're at. Maybe you just snuck in here real quick at work. Anyway, good morning to you. Yeah, let me show you my little throwback picture here. I should have had this set up. Why don't I have this set up ahead of time? I just don't do it. All right, here we go. This is back. I'm guessing here. This is probably 19. I don't know. I know it's got to be at least 1960, but it could be 61 or 62. I don't really know how old I was then. That's me and my two older sisters. You look in the back, there's my mom and dad's awesome 57 Chevy Bel Air. And one thing that's really cool to me in this picture, and I bet you some of these guys will remember this. I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit here. Look right here. You guys know what that is? I bet you some of you do. Let's see who. I won't say it yet. We'll just see who knows what that is. That little thing right back here, where my sitting on the stoop. Yeah, we got some old guys out there. Paul says milk box. Milk. He says milk. Yeah. It says, now Jim says milk. I can't even get to it. It says milk box. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is. One of those old metal milk boxes. And I've been trying to zoom in. The problem is when you zoom in close. Oh, I think I know what it is. I think that's Hornaday. I was trying to read the name on it, but I think that says Hornaday. Anybody got a guess? Janet says she has one. Where'd it go? It says Roberts on it. Yeah, Janet, when I was in Indiana for one of my visits, I went to some antique places, and I actually bought one of those. And I think the one I have, I think it says Kennedy on it. I'd have to go look, but it's sitting on my front porch, and nobody ever brings me milk. But yeah, those were I remember that well back in the day. And this, if I can back out of here, we had kind of a weird house. I don't know how it ended up this way, but you can see we're standing in the driveway, and the front door is, just around to the other side. And this door is, we called it the back door, but it's actually on the side of the house. This was like when you walk through this door, like immediately to the right, there would be like the washer and dryer, and we called it the utility room. Uh, but yeah, we always called it the back door, but it wasn't really a back door. It was on the side of the house. But yeah, I remember the milk guy, Hornaday truck would pull right up here and right next to the stoop here, and put our glass bottles of milk in that milk box. Yeah, so there you go. There's my little throwback, and let me see. See, I've got some kind of a little league shirt. Although that's not a button shirt, I think it's just a T-shirt. And I got my little Cincinnati Reds ball cap back when the Cincinnati Reds caps looked like that. And of course, I was styling my striped shorts there. Yeah, I was making fashion statements even back then. So, all right, so there you go. That's the Throwback Thursday today. I'm not sure what that stuff is. I think these, that was another, I think these seats, I'm not sure where that, because that's a seat that had like a pedestal, and I'm not sure what that's out of. So I don't know what that was doing sitting out there. But anyway, that is my Throwback Thursday picture. And it looks like from the comments over here, it looks like pretty much everybody knew. So that tells me that everybody that watches the coffee sessions is an old fart like me. Definitely a milk box. Yeah. Everybody knew. Where's that pic from? It's probably from around, like I said, it has to be at least 1960, because my parents didn't move out to Danville until 1960, and that's where that photo was taken out at their house. Well, we lived a little west of Danville, out in the country, but so it had to be at least 1960, maybe. Looking from the age of me, I'm guessing 60 or 61, probably. I don't know that I was even in school yet. I might have been. Early 60s for sure. Yeah, he said, yeah, they used the glass bottles, milk delivery. Yeah, everybody was in on this. I must have an older, more mature audience. That was so you could take laundry out to hang on the clothesline. Well, if I look at that picture close, now that you brought that up, because I know this house really well. I mean, I still remember it. And if you look, let me see if I can get it zoomed in. If you can look right here, that bar right there is where one of the clothesline, because Mom and Dad had the old metal poles that had the T, and that's one of the clotheslines right there. So, pretty sure. Yeah, I have a. I don't know if I've talked about this before, and now we're just about out of time. Yeah, they want my timer. But I have an old photo. I need to, I got it right here, but I will scan it. And it's from a company called Vintage Aerial. And back in the day, you could, well, now you can go, and I don't know where they got all this stuff, but they're back in the day, there were little planes, little Piper Cubs flying over and snapping pictures. And now some company called Vintage Aerial has assembled all of those and somehow got all this old film. So you can get an old aerial picture, and I've got one that was taken over Mom and Dad's property from 1972. So maybe I'll share that on a Throwback Thursday. Dave fixed my name, Ronald. Cool. Yeah, it's not Big Bear something or other, right? I like that. I know a lot of folks use, usernames and stuff like that. I'm not a fan of it. I like to know who I'm talking to. He says, I want to see you wearing that outfit next live stream. What, this denim shirt? I got a whole bunch of these at my Garage Works CNC things. Yep, he says. I don't know what that's in response to. I see. Born in 70, but I confess I saw the word milk at the bottom. That's how I guessed it correctly, yeah. We didn't get milk delivered. We had a cow. Well, that's fresh milk, what you had. Even fresher than what we got. That's good. Does anyone remember the tin or wooden caps for the glass bottles? Yeah, I do. Nothing like fresh cow milk. First time I drank carton milk was in school. Seemed watered down. Yeah, they do all that silly stuff like pasteurization and that kind of stuff. Cardboard-like tops on milk bottles. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to. Charles just say the outfit in the photo. I don't think those striped shorts. Well, for one, I don't have them anymore, and I don't think they'd fit now. Although I do look pretty cool in them, don't I? My little badass Cincinnati hat and my little striped shorts. Let's see what kind of shoes do I have on. Oh yeah, let me show my shoes. Heck yeah, I had my. Let me get on that here. Styling the black Converse or something, I think is what those are. Yeah, wasn't no Nikes or Reeboks back then, buddy. every kid had the same kind of shoes. Wasn't no way to stick out from the crowd back then. Guys used to show up at the house and sell you the pictures. I bought several. Oh, okay, cool. All right, well, I'm going to find that magic button. We've been on here a little too long now. Let me go see if I can find that magic button. Thank you all so much for spending a little bit of your morning with me, drinking coffee and laughing at my old silly photos. So anyway, happy Thursday. Y'all have a good day. And remember, there's only 13 days till Christmas. So if you're planning on getting me something, you still got time if you hurry. Just kidding. All right, everybody have a good one. We'll see y'all.